Hello guys, my name is Eric Van Bloody Belly Button, and welcome back to Corpse Party Book of Shadows. So in the last episode, we ended up playing as Nadi right now, who is friends with Nana, and we're with the other girl, like the weak-willed one. I totally forget her name, but we're playing as Nadi, who was like the strong-willed one from Extra Chapter 1. And apparently them and Morishige do end up crossing paths at some point, and so it's gonna show exactly like what happened leading up to that, I guess, in this little segment that we're doing right here. Even though I wish we could play as Morishige more, because I like Morishige's little inner monologue, and he's a very interesting character. As much as he is creepy, he's interesting because he's creepy, and it's a different kind of perspective. He's like a mini Kizami. Well, not as bad. Kizami acts upon his actual, you know, inner monologue, and Kizami's like, I want to kill, and he will kill, right? But Morishige is not totally like that, as far as I know anyways. So we're in the second wing. I totally don't know where we're gonna go, though. Where are we gonna go? Chihaya, that's her name. How do you just walk by the piano and be like, boom? Chihaya, you're so dumb. Yeah, Nadi's right. Chihaya, you're so clumsy, and I mean, she is... They are young, right? They're in the 7th grade, which is like the first-year middle school equivalent in Japan. So, you know, I guess I gotta understand them a little bit. Ooh, a little cutscene. The dull, gloomy corridor suddenly lit up brightly for just a moment. Lightning will do that. Was it lightning? But we weren't near any windows, and there was no thunder. Oh, yeah, wow. Well, oh, geez! There's a shiny object on the ground. I told him, shiny object, you're so slow to shine in my face. The door is affixed. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, we made a revelation. The door is affixed on the wall. That's great. Ha, 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 ha. Yeah, I got it. Shiny object on the ground. That was so... There, thanks. I'm way too quick for this game. There, glinting in the dim light, sat what appeared to be a component from some electronic device. In contrast with everything else in the school, it seemed like a fairly recent item, a decade old at most, but likely much newer. A battery. I don't know. That's a beefed up phone or game system. I don't know if that's a pretty beefed up battery. Might as well take this with us, I figured. Though if I gave it to Chihaya for safekeeping, it would no doubt wind up on the ground again somewhere. So I decided to just pog it. The Chihaya's really dumb, huh? Even Nadi's like, she's so stupid. She'd drop it. But then again, Nadi really, she tells Chihaya a lot that she is dumb. Chihaya, by the way, you're stupid. Hey Chihaya, have I ever told you this? I have a secret for you. Chihaya's like, oh, what is it, Nadi? You're stupid. Oh, don't do that. That's so mean. Actually, Chihaya, I was just kidding. I actually have a real secret for you. Oh, what is it, Nadi? You're dumb. Stop it, Nadi. Whoa. On the other side of the hole, there was now a man collapsed on the ground. I couldn't see any obvious wounds on him, but he wasn't moving at all. It was hard to ascertain details in this dim light, but he seemed to be a bit too big to be a middle schooler or high schooler, and he wasn't wearing a uniform. Oh, it's Taguchi. Yeah, it's Taguchi. But he's so far away. Oh, oh, that's so stupid of me. The battery that was on the ground is the battery from his video camera. I like Nari's voice. She still sounds like, are you like injured? Still no response. Let's chuck the battery over. Definitely isn't. The battery fits right in it. It was a fairly expensive looking DV camcorder, and a well-worn one at that, with dings and chips all over it. Nonetheless, it looked like it probably still worked. What? Yeah, what is it this time? Better be important. Okay, change back. Well, you know, she might be lonely, but she does have a lot of other ghost friends to play with now.
田口さんは何やってんだ。遅いな。何が情報交換だよ。そんなことしてる暇があったら、俺は眉を。
Well, Morishige, your search has ended up in failure, and you've pretty much been all over this wing, and you found nothing. Man, he's really darkening. Because of me. Oops.
さあ、なんでこんなことに。眉、他の奴らはどうでもいいから、せめてお前だけは。何見てんだ。
Morishige, don't lose your marbles, okay? In my agitated state, I kicked a pair of hallway slippers that was sitting on the ground nearby, and they flew right into the dead girl's face. You're going to hell. Never desecrate the dead, Morishige.
死人の分際でそんなとこに座ってんじゃない。目障りだよ。
Oh, Morishige is losing his marbles.
なんだ。俺がおかしいか。なんだよその目は。
Do you think he's talking to
バカ
us?
にしてるのか。
Maybe he's talking to us because we're like looking into the game at him and we're like, oh, Morishige, how far you've fallen, buddy. And he's like, why? Don't condescend me like that. Ah! Sorry, Morishige, but you're kind of bringing this upon yourself right now. I grabbed her jaw and began... What? You grabbed her jaw and began shaking it around? That's really creepy. And was a bit startled by the sensation. It felt just like I was touching living flesh. Because you were! Oh, sorry, living flesh. You're touching dead flesh. But you're still touching flesh, okay. Except this person was very, very cold. Cold as a statue covered in skin and muscle, but a statue nonetheless. Exactly. You have it better than that person. That person's already dead. Oh, that's even worse. Morishige is like in a kind of state where he'd make fun of disabled people. He'd be like, aha, you're in a wheelchair and I'm not. Ha ha ha, Morishige, I'm an asshole. Well, if Yoshikazu got her, then Yoshikazu got her tongue. Oh, he knows her name. Morishige, he is smart. Yeah, I know, we've read all the notes. So the voice of reason is still like inside his head a little bit right now. This is exactly what happened to Naomi, though, in chapter 1, where, you know, she's saying things but not really meaning them, and inside she's like, what am I doing? That's gross, Morishige. Do you want me to puke on my keyboard? Raw eggs. Mmm, delicious. I want to cook them. After the eyeballs come out, I will cook them. Maggot chow? I want to eat them. They'll become human chow. Uh-oh. Mayu's looking very disapprovingly at you, Morishige. Yeah, Mayu in the afterlife is like, oh, SHIG. I flipped my cell phone back on and switched it to camera mode, centering the lens on the lovely Miss Kaida. Her slashed and broken gaze was focused ahead of her at a downward-facing angle, yet in contrast to these injuries, she wore a peaceful expression on her face, almost as if she were posing for me, just waiting for me to hit that shutter button. I actually haven't, but I might check it out now. Unchien Andalou. What does that mean, Chien? I thought Chien was dog. Unchien? A dog Andalou, but I don't know Andalou. Okay, whatever. Morishige, you're like he's becoming a perv too. He's like, it's so erotic. I just want to put my penis inside her corpse. That's gross. I tried poking her wound with my finger and heard a moist, squishy sound as my fingertip was swallowed. Oh! Ew! This is gross. Oh my god. She gone cold, but I guess there was still some blood left in her. Either that or decomposition was already well underway. I pushed farther in, digging my finger through the gaps between her muscles until it struck something smooth and hard. Oh. Morishi is getting off on this. He stuck his finger inside of her flesh, and he's like, oh, he's just getting off on it. He's probably got the biggest boner. Morishige, this is the king of the most awkward boners I've ever seen someone ever have, okay? You are the king. As I drew my face into her forehead, a few particles of perfume scented the foul odor of sweat and sebum that had heretofore been assaulting my nostrils. Ooh.
ここに閉じ込められてろくに髪も洗えなかったろうに身だしなみを忘れないなんてけなげだね
Can this scene be over, please?
でも君にはこの刺繍
Someone's coming in.
香りの方が似合っている絶対に
Was that like a door opening? Or is that just a creepy sound like Morishi is being creepy, so I'm gonna make a sound? I don't know. No, someone must have come in behind and he's taking pictures, and then someone's gonna be like, oh my god, you're so creepy. Maybe, Oh, he's still got the voice of reason in him a little bit.
しかし、こういう状況ではストレスを溜め込むのは禁物だ。こうして発散させることは悪いことじゃない。
Yeah, but also insanity is a really big killer in situations like this too, Morishige. Sure. Try explaining that to your mom when you get out. Hey, mommy, I'm sorry I was late from school today. I kind of had this crazy time where I went back into like this other dimension and I took pictures of all these corpses and I'm sorry. Oh, so Morishige's like, well, I'm gonna use that as an excuse. Good job, Morishige. Are we gonna control you now? No, we're back in the second wing, so we just saw a blip of what he was going through. Amidst the darkness of the corridors, I spotted human figures, living ones this time. Okay, so we still are as Morishige, and now we've met up with Nadi and Chihaya. Two of them, both female and both much younger than I. I approached them without making a noise or saying a single word to announce myself. Of course, Chihaya is creeped out. Junior high, I'd guess maybe 12 or 13 years old. One was clearly much more fear-prone than the other, as she'd wrapped herself around her companion's arm and was actively trying to hide behind her. She was looking in my general direction, but with the lighting as dim as it was, I had no idea whether or not she could see me. And while finding survivors in this land of the dead was a rare occurrence indeed, my focus was squarely on the man sprawled out farther down the hall. His unconscious, possibly worse, and an uncrossable gap separated us, but I definitely recognized him. It was Taguchi.
Taguchi-san.
Was I concerned about him? Did I feel for him? Honestly, no. I felt nothing whatsoever at that moment. I was simply asking because I was curious. I'm normally calm and stoic, sure, but this seemed cold even by my standards. Did I really not care one way or another if he were dead?
Yeah.
It's a battery for a camera. The girl handed me a beat-up DV camera. Oh, and the camera, because they found the camera here. No doubt about it, this was the same one Taguchi had been looking into when I met him earlier. I took it without a word and immediately tried to turn it on, but to no avail, it had no power. But they got the battery! Thanks, Nadi. Oh, Nadi, stuff it. People are going nuts in this place. I mean, there's no... Because what they're doing is... In Asian language, I'm sure a lot of you that are watching this know already because you're fans of anime and Japan and stuff like that. But there's basically like a language you use with people when you first met them, where you use like the polite language, and then once you've known them for a while, you can ask them like, can we please lower our language and speak more comfortably, where they speak like shorter words. And so he's just saying, he's saying the shorter words right away, so they're like all offended by it, like what's he doing, you know, he shouldn't be speaking so comfortably like that. I placed the battery pack into the DV camera and immediately saw the red power light pop on, still fully functional by all appearances. Such a mouthful. Musashigawa.
それから高等部の先輩たちも。私は天戸谷なり。この子は山瀬千早って言います。
そうか。中学生か。そっちの小さな君。
You know, she is a little bit like Yuka. Scared like that. So Morishige's gonna want to creep her really bad.
あなたは高校生ですよね。
Yeah, Nadi's got a bad feeling.
俺も人を探してるんだ。鈴本真由っていう子。君たち見なかったかい？
それよりまず名乗るのが礼儀だと思うんです。
Oh shit, Nadi, you don't know who you're pissing off. You should just answer.
すまない。俺は森重作太郎。木更木学園の2年だ。それでさっきの話だけど、真由を知らないかい？
I flipped open Mayu's student ID to its photo page almost as if I were a sheriff flashing my badge, but the responses from these two were not encouraging. They exchanged a quick glance with one another, then shook their heads. Now they're more comfortable. I rewound the tape a bit and put the camera in playback mode. Immediately, horrifying imagery began displaying on the device's tiny LCD screen. Audio was irrelevant. It seemed like the only sounds on the tape were those of Taguchi's ragged breathing and footsteps and his occasional self-mutterings. 90% of the video footage then consisted of dead bodies, while the remaining 10% was mostly just the camera auto-focusing in the dim light. Each body was shot from a variety of angles, so their causes of death could be easily determined. Guess he really was planning to show this to the police. Sorry guys, that's the reality of the situation you're in. Terribly sorry. The two nosy girls were peeking in on the video's contents over my shoulder, and neither seemed certain quite how to react. Morishige is, wow. Now he's got a perverted interest in Taguchi. He's like, man, he really is a good cameraman, especially when it comes to dead bodies, my favorite. Oh, he does have a perverse interest, but Morishige's, I could do better. I would get all the fine little details. As a matter of fact, I would film it while I was poking inside the girl's body. Morishige's like, was I talking out loud? Oh shit. You guys heard that? I'm not creepy, I swear. Yeah, that's... I'm smiling and laughing too, actually. Uh-oh. Good idea, guys. Shig's going bonkers. Good, and Morishige, you were too, so just leave them alone, please. Yeah, you can step out of the way.
俺のことを変質者か何
You
か
kinda are. You stuck your finger in a girl's corpse and you got a boner. Okay, that's... yeah.
まあいい。誤解を解くのも面倒だ。
Good. Give up on it,
それ
okay?
に
I'm
なかなか面白い反応だった
I'm trying to save girls, innocent girls from you, Morishige.
カメラは置いておこう。これは田口さんの目だ。他人の視線で見ても、俺は俺自身の目で見て、もっと触れたい。
Wow, Morishige, you and Sachiko would make a good team. It's pretty much what happened in the other bad ending. The other wrong end.
俺だけのコレクションが欲しい。いや、死者を自分のものにしたいのか。
See, wow, look at that. You know, like, Sachiko and Yoshikazu, they, like, cut up bodies and stuff. But Morishige wants to, like, display them and collect them and stuff. That's, like, even creepier. He's, like, going, like, one step beyond Sachiko.
待て、何を考えている？俺は眉を探してるんだぞ。
Oh, boy.
撮影はただのストレス発散だ。眉を探す前に、俺が自暴自棄になって
You're not... I don't think you have a problem of despairing. Because you have a problem of going insane.
そう。眉を探すための手段でしかない。目的と手段を履き違えちゃダメだ。
It's like he's on drugs or something. He's like losing himself and he can't control like certain parts of his mind.
もっと見たい。
And we are as Morishige, okay. Tabishi, it's complete. It's impossible to tell if he's dead though, maybe. Oh!
自信。また。
After bracing myself for an indeterminate amount of time, the earthquake finally subsided. There's a candle shimmering here along with a note. Whatever you do, don't look behind you.
振り返ったらどうなるって言うんだ。
What happens if... I'm totally gonna look back. How could I refuse that? Come on. I probably shouldn't look back, but I wonder what happens if I do. Oh, what's gonna happen? Oh, it's Mitsuki. I'm glad I looked back.
山本さん、袋井君は。
わからない。さっきまで一緒にいたけど、なんか斧持ってるやつに追いかけられて逃げてる。
I thought he had a hammer, an axe, Yoshikazu.
そうか。心配だな。無事だといい。
But he has a lot of tools. He probably has an axe too.
私は平気。この血は私のじゃないから。それよりやっぱりやばいよこの学校。さっきのやつがきっとここに迷い込んだ人たちを殺してるんだ。
It's probably not really Mitsuki. If it's something said don't look back, it's like some
僕
weird
はそいつを
apparition.
見てないから、なんとも言えないな。
私、怖いよ。
よかったら、一緒。
いいの？
まあ、構わないよ。
Yamamoto, overcome with relief, suddenly grabbed hold of me.
ちょっと。
Mayu's the only girl for SHIG.
ごめんね。森重君。
そういうんじゃない。なんていうか、妹みたいなものだよ。
Yeah,
み
SHIG.
たいなお兄さんがいたら退屈しないだろうね。
Oh, see, Mitsuki like uses people. She like latches onto people like and she acts like, you know, like they're like boyfriend girlfriend and uses her charm to get what she wants. That's really terrible.
そうかな。どっちかっていうと、退屈な人間だと思われることが多いんだけどな。暗いな。山本さん。
ちょっと待って。明かりつけるから。
なんだこの廊下。やけに。そうだ。本館でもこんな場所が。
Okay, so I thought we were gonna get a band ending, but so far it doesn't seem like it's really like wrong ending-ish.
なあ、引き返そう。これ以上は危険だと思う。
でも、もう来た道がない。
What?
しまった。そうだ、山本さん。
I hope she does.
あれはなくしちゃった。でも、ろうそくならあるから。
But the candles suck compared to that oil lamp.
そんなものじゃ。
Yep.
あそこに部屋が見えるよ。
That's gonna be the last room we ever go into for the rest of our lives, isn't it?
待て、危険かもしれないだろ。様子を。
With the utmost care. What? What? Oh. Oh, sexy action. Oh my god, that's not Mitsuki. It's gonna be like Sachiko or something, and she's trying to tempt Morishige.
誤解しないでくれよ。俺は、いや。
それより少しお話ししない？
何を言って？
私のことは嫌い？
Oh my god. Whoa! She's someone who is bleeding from the eyes. That's who.
誰だと思う？
Sachiko! See, Sachiko loves Shig, so she's trying to tempt Shig. Like, come on, do me, do me, do me. I want to be done by Shig because Shig's crazier and more perverted than I am.
やめろ。
Don't call me that. I tried to pick myself up off the floor, but she grabbed me tightly by the wrists.
離せ。なんで俺のことを、眉のことを知ってるんだ。
I struggled with all my might, and in the process, I inadvertently slapped Yamamoto, or whoever this was, square in the face. You shouldn't have slapped Sachiko like that. Oh god. Huh. Tee? Oh god. Sachiko, she wants to do Shig, but that's really gross because Sachiko's like, her physical body is like super young. The skin from Yamamoto's face began peeling back and a little girl's face burst out from within, covered in blood and muscle tissue. I don't even know how it's possible, but black hair has burst out from the Yamamoto suit, next spreading across the ground like a black wing unfurling. Immediately, a musty smell began permeating the air, and I became aware of all the body parts surrounding me. Hands, feet, entrails, and a veritable lake of blood.
お前はいつから眉をどうした？
どうしたんだろうね。しげに。よく泣くスズメだったよ。
Ooh, she just admitted she killed Mayu. Holy shit, she's gonna lose his shit.
今は物静かな。
Oh, she's gonna say, look in your phone, that's her. Oh, this is good. This is fantastic.
まさかそんなバカな。
私はお前を見ていたよ。面白い。
Oh, she loves him. She loves Morishige. That's crazy. Sachiko X Morishige. I ship it. That's the new one. I thought it'd be Morishige X Kizami, but no. It's X Sachiko.
たまにお前みたいなのがいる。この学校。
何なんだ。一体。俺を
Don't act innocent,
どうする
Morishige.
つもりなんだ。
You were saying how you wanted a collection of corpses, okay?
怯えているのかい？
Scared? Nope, he's not scared.
無理もない。だけど分かってるよ。お前の恐れの対象は生きた死ではない。
離せ。俺は。
Well, Shig, you're the one on top of her.
話してやろうとも。歩いていけ。あの扉へ。お前が探しているあの子の。
Ooh. But you already have.
眉。
楽しみだね。お前の反応が。
Oh, he's gonna freak out and he's gonna die somehow. True to her word, the girl let go of my wrists. Oh, I see. I didn't even see that. It looked like her hand was on the ground, but she actually had a firm grip on his wrist. Alright. Her body then began sinking into the floor little by little until there was nothing left of it. It was as if she were lying along the shore as the tide came in and slowly rose above her body. Or maybe the school just swallowed her up? The only things that remained of her were Yamamoto's school uniform and that face mask made from her skin.
これは夢か。それとも。
Ew, that's gross. So Sachiko must have killed her in the meantime and, like, taken her, like, face. Peeled it off.
俺は眉に会わなくてはならない。
Because that's what Sachiko did in one of the wrong endings of the game when we were playing as Mitsuki. She did peel off her face.
あいつは生きている。
Okay, let's go. Let's go find her. Let's go into that room that Sachiko's told us to. Oh, what? Okay, so that's the end of the... What? I thought we were gonna go in and, like, see Mayu dead, but I'm sure it's just we assume that's what happened. He goes in and sees her dead, and he's like, ah, and he freaks out. But I'm pretty sure that's going to be the end of the real chapter, is the end of the real chapter. He's going to see her, and he's going to freak out. So, yeah. Okay, so we're not going to look back this time. We're just going to keep on going. That's right, Sachiko / Mitsuki. What?
来ないで。
どうしたんだ袋井君は。
うるさい。来るなってば。お前もあいつの仲間なんだろ。
So I wonder, this must be real Mitsuki. What?
錯乱してるみたいだな。何があったんだ。
触るな。血が。
Oh yeah, there is blood on his hands because he was poking around inside that corpse.
誤解だよ。これはさっき死体を調べた時に。
おかしいって思ったんだ。あんなに平気で死体に触って。やっぱりだ。
Well, obviously he's not right, but still, he's still like not. Well, he's not bad. He hasn't done anything bad. He's just been really creepy.
これじゃ何を言っても無駄だな。
私は騙されない。もう引っかからない。
Mitsuki, you're gonna die if you keep acting that way.
やかましい女だ。
That's like, she's certainly in a mood. She just like came and just freaked right out. I just having a bad mood as she like screams in his face.
生きている
Yeah.
人間はうるさくてかなわないな。人は寡黙な方がいい。
Oh, Morishige, thanks for telling us that.
山本さんもう行ってしまったのか。
Mm-hmm.
どこか落ち着ける場所へ行こう。あ、そうだ。そういえば今日はマユにセビリアの理髪師の録画を頼まれていた。
Wow. You really want to tape that, huh? And here I was again. Oh, he's at Mayu's corpse again. I pressed the button on my phone to shut off the second alarm I'd set. If this time display were accurate, then there was no chance of making it home in time to record the show for Mayu.
マユに謝らないとな。
I think finding her is more important than recording the show for her. I slid my finger naturally, almost automatically, from shutting off the alarm to opening my folder of saved photos. There was no sound in the room other than the tone of my button presses, and virtually no light other than that which shone from the LCD screen, or so it seemed anyway. Yet this was my rock. In this place I could truly relax. Here and here alone I felt at peace. The air was filled with the overpowering aroma of blood and entrails. It would be enough to make most people vomit, but for me it was a smell to savor. I'd even describe it as comforting. Perhaps it's because it reminded me that I was in her presence. She who decorated the wall like a flower in full bloom. When I sat across from her, I felt more at ease than I can possibly convey in words. Mayu, that you feel comfortable because it's Mayu. It was as if she'd always been here for me, as if she were waiting for me. And sure enough, whenever I felt weary or needed respite, the door to this infirmary would always open for me, despite its tendency to the contrary. Each time it did, too, I would always be drawn in as if the room were swallowing me up, and my eyes would always happen upon this offering first. See, Sachiko's opening it for you, because, like, normally he can't open it, and then he comes across here, and Sachiko's like, yeah, I'm gonna open it, because it's fucking Mayu. Sachiko, you're a character. This girl upon the wall, slowly dying and slowly rotting, would always be there to greet me, and never once did I tire of the sight.
随分集まったな。
See, look at that. You're talking to her like that, and like Mayu as a ghost can probably hear this and be like, oh, Shig, oh my god. Oh god. I'd begun talking to myself, or maybe I was talking to her. Within my phone's memory were stored some of man's most sensual, most voluptuous objects, darts, and she was the tip of the brush, the grand prelude. I'd amassed a whole other building's worth of beautiful sculptures to admire now, too. I was thrilled to bursting. Mayu's not gonna like you anymore if you're acting like that, Shig. This was the sculpture known as Mitsuki Yamamoto. In life but in death, she was my property, one of many pieces of found art. Those spirited eyes, now dulled and clammy, those lips that spoke such harsh words, now stained with blood, her abdomen shredded, her innards exposed. So alluring, so captivating was she now. Sometimes destroying that which is beautiful only serves to make it more beautiful. And truly, this was the proof.
しかし、やっぱり残念。
It was a shame that I could only gaze upon these gorgeous works of art within these school grounds. Before returning home with Mayu, I need to erase every one of these photographs from my phone. It seemed like such a waste. The world in which I once dwelled was far too narrow-minded to accept these masterpieces. It was often a hard place to call home. But as long as I had Mayu with me, I could endure. And to that end, this folder was an obstacle, a detriment, a hurdle to be overcome before I could rejoin the world of the living. I needed to delete it to put it all behind me. No, if you delete it, you're gonna go crazy because the stress is gonna get to you. And if you keep it there, you're gonna go crazy. What a dilemma you're in. Oh yeah, main theme. What? No, that's it? No way! Why is that it? Oh, that's bullshit. I want to see Morishige die. I want to see what happens to Nadi and Chihaya, Mitsuki and Fukuroi. Nothing. What? I mean, obviously Fukudoi and Mitsuki get separated from each other and Mitsuki's going crazy, so they're probably gonna die. Well, everyone's probably gonna die. But I wanted to see what happened to them. And I wanted to see SHIG, like, actually go crazy and do something horrible, you know? I mean, he did, like, poke the corpse. But I wanted to see him... Oh... I can't believe that's it! Ow! That was a really good chapter. I was really, really enjoying this chapter. I was really enjoying it. And that's it. God damn it. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed anyways. In the next episode, we're going to start chapter 6, which is Meyer. Which, I didn't want to, like, spoil anything for me, but I've seen pictures that I think that one's to do with Yuka. I'm not entirely sure. So we're going to be able to see some more stuff from Yuka's perspective, which I don't know how much that's going to add to the game. Or not, but I'm assuming if it has something to do with Yuka, it's going to have something to do with Kizami too. Stop it, main theme. I don't want to hear you. It's going to have something to do with Kizami too. So maybe we'll see Kizami in the next chapter or something. I really hope we do. We haven't seen him yet. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Remember, leaving a like down below. It really helps me out a lot because it lets me know that you guys like this series. And so, yeah, just throwing that out there. Well, guys, I'll see you in the next video. And thank you very much for watching if I didn't say it already. And as always, peace.